award-winning In Will Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we're going to talk to some folks about all sorts of good things. God. It has been a comedy of errors in here this morning.
Well, we haven't had
and
issues in a while.
I started it by eating a chocolate-filled donut, and I apologize for that. Welcome to the In Will Time Car Talk Show and therapy session, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, who keeps calling one man Murphy, and his name is Murray. And then we have Jeff Zekin, who brought the donuts, and then you got me that's somehow wound up in all of this mess. We're also going to review the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. Jeff does not have the motor minute on a piece of paper. It's coming out of his mind, and you know how sick and cruel that can be. God help us all. Well, again, welcome to the In Will Time Car Talk Show. Or not. You may regret listening or watching.
Go sports.
What, Mars? Why are you leaning over here looking at me that way?
Getting too close to me.
I was just going to ask if you would push that gray button.
What gray button?
Do what?
The gray button on the red computer.
Push the gray button on the red computer. See, this is... I don't understand.
You can't do it until it starts.
We pushed the gray button.
Thank you.
And 3 listeners just disappeared.
The only 3 that we had.
I know.
Well, at any rate, we're supposedly having guests on in this hour, but we don't have them ready yet, apparently.
Well, I resent the email.
Okay. So in the meantime and in between time, I want to read you this story from Automotive News. UAW President Shawn Fain said it's not every day that the union finds itself on the same side of dealers, but the two groups have become united in their belief that Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares is mismanaging the world's 4th largest automaker. Dealers say reckless short-term decision-making to secure record profits in 2023 has left them anemic and diminished, piling up inventory as U.S. market share plummets. The UAW is incensed by job cuts and threatening to strike over what it says are broken promises by Stellantis, which disputes the claims. Meanwhile, numerous high-ranking executives have left the automaker. Mike and I know of a couple personally.
Yeah.
Shareholders are suing over lower earnings in the first half of the year. The pricing disputes and several suppliers have turned into unusual legal battles now. The unrest comes as Stellantis presses forward with an electric vehicle offensive that is both costly and uncertain. Multiple EVs are slated to reach dealerships in the months ahead, but Stellantis retailers are still having a tough time clearing inventory from the previous model year. Quote, "It's time to turn production back on and start selling our way back to a respectable market share," the Stellantis National Dealer Council wrote in September's 10th newsletter, criticizing Tavares' leadership and compensation that jumped nearly 60% last year. On a similar note, an Italian judge has seized assets worth around $84 million from 5 people, including Stellantis and Ferrari chair John Elkann, as part of an investigation into alleged tax fraud, according to prosecutors yesterday.
How much was it that they...
$84 million is what,
million.
yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
It's a big mess over there. And I worry that the whole thing's going to implode and put thousands, tens of thousands of people out of work. Let's hope that does not happen, but it's not looking really good.
Yeah, when big companies like that go to those kind of extremes, so the little guys, it does filter down, because you talk about when you start taking out the North American president and you start filtering all that down.
And hitting it with money.
Yeah.
Taking their money.
You know, you have to take out 10 little guys to make up for one big guy that you took out, money-wise.
Yeah. Well, and you said that, shooting for record profits because he makes more money on more profits. So that's what he was doing. He was making those decisions so he could raise his
and
paycheck.
they also made the decision that they were going to be all in on EVs. Mm-hmm. And it really has not worked out for any of the automakers per se.
And then there's the recall aspect of some of the vehicles, and that coming back and all that stuff.
It's a big mess.
But not just them; it's all the manufacturers.
All right, Mr. Mars.
Well,
turn.
We kind of got the email squared away, so we got our first guest here, Michael Murray, who he lives over in Bridge City, Texas, over there, and he's a big fan. He's got 2 or 3 cars, but he's a big
Bridge City.
Bridge City, in between the bridges,
What bridges are those?
the Orange Bridge and the Orange Bridge.
Okay.
So
That's
Michael's
the same
got,
bridge, isn't it?
No, one of them
Now-
shorter than the other one.
Is it orange the color or orange the fruit?
Orange the county.
Okay.
All right. Well, please continue on.
So Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Michael and I, we've known each other through the hot rodding and through some family connections and stuff for several years, and he's got several vehicles. But recently at a family gathering, he was telling me about his recent acquisition of a 1969 Dodge Charger. But it's a very unique Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mike.
So tell us about it, Michael.
So, most of these 69 Dodge Chargers, their birth certificate is a 440 big block, a 318, air conditioner. When I was I've been looking for a 69 Dodge Charger General Lee for a while. And when this came, when I had the opportunity to purchase this, the birth certificate on it, the history of it was just so wide, I couldn't pass it up.
So is this an original General Lee?
This is a original 69 Dodge Charger, and it belonged to the Northeast Ohio Dukes. And when they first started jumping 69 Dodge Chargers, they used original 69 Dodge Chargers. So they own this car, and it has made 3 huge jumps. This car has. And after they did the last jump, they decided to retire the car because it's been repaired 3 different times, and they weren't going to jump it anymore. And a gentleman picked it up from the Northeast Ohio Dukes stunt team, and he wanted to put it back on the road. So he did some modifications to it, and I would like to show it to you as I'm telling you about this.
Okay.
If y'all want to go ahead and see the car.
Yes, we do that. While you're getting that, I'm going to give a little more background on this because the car, every time, go ahead and get set up, Mike.
Okay.
Because we got a short amount of time here. But every time they would jump the car, it would literally land. It's not like on TV. Because this car is like 15, 20 feet in the air. It would land on the front end. The whole front end would come apart. The body would crush. And they'd have to literally rebuild the front end. But go ahead, Mike.
And I've got some pictures of some of the jumps, and I'll show them to you. And
Time is of the essence, so go to it.
all right, so these are the 3 big jumps that it's made. And these are some of the pictures of the car of it landing. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
And here's the last jump it made in 2019.
Uh-huh.
So the car, I'll give you a walk around.
So this
So the car-
this is a stunt car that's painted up as the General Lee.
Correct.
Got it.
It's a 69 Dodge Charger painted like the General Lee. And
Now,
by no means-
let me understand this. So people would pay to go and see this show that included this car being jumped.
thousands.
Thousands of dollars, thousands of people.
Thousands of people go.
People.
Show up to watch Raymond jump these cars.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a stunt show. I can't remember. There used to be a pretty famous stunt show going around the
Like the
country.
Chitwoods.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of.
So it's all original from the last jump, other than the front left-hand side fender. It was so far gone, he had to put another fender. But the roof, the quarter panels, and it is not. But the doors still open. The windows roll up and down.
But you've redone the car since the last nose curling episode.
The only thing that was done was panels were straightened by stepping on them to straighten them out. So if you look how this is,
Yeah, there's a little problem with the gaps there.
Just a
Yeah,
bit.
got a little gap issue. But
nothing lines up.
So, Mike, do you drive that car every day?
I drive the car very often.
Does
So
it
he
does
drove
it
it home
does it
1,000 miles.
Does it crab down the road?
It does not. It drives as straight as an arrow.
How can it do
But
that?
I'm going to tell you why.
Please do.
The gentleman that bought the car from the Northeast Ohio Dukes did a chassis swap on it.
Oh.
So the car is sitting on a 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis chassis. So if you see this dash, I mean, it looks like a 69 Charger dash. It's tan. But if you look inside, these seats are Mercury Grand Marquis seats. The dash, it's got air conditioning, cruise control, adjustable pedals, traction control,
So it
four-wheel disc brake.
so in other words, it's got the Grand Marquis interior, is what you're telling me?
It does. It has the Grand Marquis seat, dash, and it also has the 4.6 Grand Marquis engine. In the car.
so
Have you pulled it into a Dodge dealership and asked for a front end alignment or anything?
I have not.
But didn't you get you had an interaction with someone on the way driving that thing home that 1,000 miles, eh?
I did. The Georgia State Patrol.
Malia, that they pull you over because of the gaps? Sir, the gaps in the front end are a little bit wide. You're going to have to pull you over.
We're going to make a wind noise.
Yeah, so the story about getting the car real quick, I was going to have the car shipped. And the guy kept telling me, drive it. It will make it. Well, I purchased this car in Beaufort, South Carolina.
Sure.
Good God.
And I was hesitant on driving the car because I don't know the car.
Uh-huh.
So I asked my 75-year-old
Nobody knows the
dad-
car. The car doesn't even know the car.
I asked my dad, I said, you want to take a road trip? He said, sure. We headed off to Beaufort, South Carolina, and I picked up the car in Beaufort, South Carolina, and we headed an hour north to North Carolina, and then I drove it from North Carolina all the way to Bridge City, Texas.
Now, let me see.
It was-
Now, let me understand this. So you were in South Carolina, then you drove north, I don't know why, to drive back south again to come home.
You had to go pick up the car in North.
Oh, I see. All right. The car was in
made a
North
little
Carolina.
strip out of it,
Uh-huh.
going to pick up the car.
Okay.
The car was in South Carolina, Beaufort, and we were making a trip, so we headed an hour north from Beaufort, South Carolina, which put us in North Carolina. And then we headed from there back to Bridge City, Texas, and I think it was 986 miles from picking up the car, not knowing it, getting in it, and hitting 70, 80.
So what's the story
85.
about? What's the story about the trooper pulling you over?
So I figured the gentleman that sold me the car had to keep his license plates. So I had no tags. There's an orange 01 car going down the interstate. No tags, no stickers, no nothing. And I told my dad, I said, we're going to get stopped. And sure enough, I was going through Georgia, and he pulled me over because they didn't have no license plates. But, of course, I had all the proper paperwork, bill of sale where I just bought it. And he said, I had to pull you over because we have so much history with the Dukes of Hazzard. And that's because when they first started filming the Dukes of Hazzard, they filmed it in Covington, Georgia.
Okay.
And this is your daily driver.
Almost daily.
Not daily driver, but I drive it. I go to Walmart. I go out to eat. I don't have to worry about door dings or scratches or anything.
Oh, it's got
And
plenty
this,
already.
if you can see this mark right here on the door, you see that mark right
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, we see it. Mm-hmm.
So that's where they loaded the car with a forklift after the last jump. They loaded it sideways with a forklift onto the trailer.
So Michael, you're going to take this to the Mopar Nationals, right? And you say you were going to do that?
Well, I don't know. I would like to take it to as many things as I can, as long as I can get off to go.
Oh, well, yeah.
But
yeah.
I brought it to a car show last weekend in Beveled Oaks, right outside of Lumberton, Texas. And they had about 50 cars, and it got top 25 out of 50. So, I mean, that's not too bad.
No.
But the story in the chassis swap is what blows people away.
Yeah, that's what makes it. So, yeah,
And
Mike.
they see, so when you see this car, a lot of people stop me and they go, was this one of the cars off of the original show? Because a lot of people don't see a car beat up like this.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
You got
Or
that-
somebody that would buy a
Crinkles
car
in the
that was
quarter
beat
panel.
up like that.
You would think, but some people are crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen, we hate to cut you short, but we really appreciate you taking the time to explain the car to us, and it's been a joy to talk to you. I don't believe I've laughed so hard in quite some time, but
It's pretty unique.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Well, Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I told you it was unique.
Yes, you did. In a lot of ways.
So,
that's a fun show.
For the past 10 years, Mr. Mars has been booking the guests. And for the most part, he's done a pretty good job, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. I would too.
But I think that he has reached out in ways that we never dreamed of.
He's got a long reach.
And he says, he does. He says that he knows these people.
Well,
But you have to understand, for everybody that's listening that doesn't know, that Mars lives in a place called Nederland,
Nederland,
Texas.
Not Colorado, but
do you
Texas.
know where Nederland is?
It's over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's that way.
It's east. It's just this side of Louisiana.
about 5 miles. But I will tell you this, just to take it a step further. Michael and I, like I said, I met him hot rodding and stuff like that. But my youngest daughter was married to his little brother.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Lord.
That's why you started out the conversation.
You know
as
what?
a family
I
event.
really don't think that we need to get
Family
into the
event.
Just
lineage.
trying to
Okay.
share a little bit
We
here.
don't need to get into the family lineage.
We're going to be taking blood tests for the next guest.
Well, yeah,
Make sure we're not related
and I
to
think
him.
that somewhere along the lines there's going to be Uncle Eddie in this. Cousin Eddie, that's what it is.
Cousin
Hey, wanted to remind you that you can catch the In Wheel Time show. I was going to say Car Talk, but I don't even know anymore. 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts. Oh, yes, we have them. They're available from your favorite podcast provider. Get a laugh. The In Wheel Time Car Talk show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's and other location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
Hey, fall's right around the corner, and the In Wheel Time show has some remote broadcasts lined up for you, including Woody's Waterfront Car Show next weekend, next Saturday. That's where we'll be. Space City Corvette Club's big show in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. The Hemi Hideout Open House, November 9th.
That's going to be good.
And then, of course, Houston Autorama Thanksgiving weekend. We hope you'll stop by and say hello at the In Wheel Time remote broadcast booth. Time now for the Motor Minute. Jeff has that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've kind of left my sheet on the printer. So,
Don't tell anybody.
I'm telling you what. But I was going to talk about warranties and extended warranties, and do you get them or do you let them go? And we talked this morning.
Extended warranty. So you've got a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on your Kia, your
Hyundai, and things like that. Do you buy one and extended?
Why?
Well, on that particular model, you probably wouldn't. But the average, if you get a 3-year 36, I recommend it. I would do it. I will do it. And I have done it before. I've done it in the past. But if you're talking like a wash machine or a microwave, that's something different. That would be an appliance rather than an automobile.
How much typically for a warranty on a car that's got 36,000 miles on it?
You're looking anywhere between $1,500 to maybe $3,000.
Total?
Total. Yeah.
Not a year?
No, not a year. Total. To buy the package. Now, I had statistics I could tell you, but I obviously don't have those right. So it's just a matter of the individual. Can they afford it? Now, you talked this morning about putting money aside as a separate fund, repair fund,
if you're going
which is a good idea.
If you're going to buy a warranty, now granted, it probably would not cover like a complete engine replacement,
right?
And of course, in today's world, apparently that's more typical than not. You wouldn't want to buy a new engine for your car that's got 36,000 miles on it.
And now you got the EVs, taking hold on that. The batteries are $12,000, $14,000.
I understand, but they come in with 100,000-mile warranties on the batteries.
Right. In some cases, they didn't used to do that. What happens if you got one of the old ones? Then you got to go and do that repair.
Okay.
But my recommendation, to me personally, I would do it. It's not right for everybody, but I like your idea with putting a separate fund.
If I'm going to spend $100 a month, $1,200 a year on a warranty for my car, extended warranty, I would just as soon take the $100, put it into a special savings account that says car warranty, pay myself, earn money off of the money that I'm saving.
Good idea.
If you're that dedicated to it,
if you're that frugal,
that's a good idea. But
just have it taken out of your check.
Do you start paying that $100 when you buy the car, or do you pay it when your original warranty runs out?
Well, you buy the car.
Using the other one.
You buy the car, they offer you the warranty, they either write it into your F&I, or if you're buying it as just a cash buyer, you would add more to the cash buy.
Well, I'm with you, but so if you got a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, do you pay that $3,600?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when that 3-year 36 ends, boom, you're right into the next warranty.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
Do your homework. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. Comes in the base, premium, sport, Limited, and Wilderness trim levels. I had the Sport RRD. I don't know what RRD stands for, but that's what I got. It's extra small SUV. Of course, all the Subarus are all-wheel drive. 5 seats, including the driver. Exterior changes from last model year. Well, it's been redesigned for 2024. This is the 3rd generation. Exterior features, front fascia is modern and rugged looking. A sloping roof line comes with all models with built-in rear hatch sunshade. Sharp-looking overall design. What I liked about it, I like that gold trim on the lower valance panel. It makes the dark blue color that I had, makes it really pop. It looks really good, and I can't believe that I'm actually saying these words over a piece of trim that's oddly colored. You just don't see it very often. What could use improvement? Well, the black cladding wheel well openings may be a bit overdone. They're kind of large, but okay, let's go for that. Interior highlights, sharp-looking upholstery on comfortable cloth seats, extra-large infotainment screen, control knobs and buttons in all the right places, and it's all very well designed. WeatherTech-style flooring, front to rear, is extra good. Cargo room, it's small, but okay for the overall size of the vehicle. What I liked, easy-to-use infotainment system, convenient passive phone charger. I liked both of those things. What could use improvement? Lots of hard plastic surfaces in there, but, you know, it's a rugged, kind of an outdoorsy, off-roady type of vehicle, so kind of fits the motif, if you will.
There you go.
2.5-liter flat four-cylinder engine. Horsepower 182. Pound-feet of torque is 178. And it goes through a CVT transmission to all 4 wheels. 26 miles per gallon city, 33 highway for combined to 29 is what it's rated. I got 29.1 over 273 miles. What I liked about it, well-matched vehicle power. And could use a little more power, actually. And maybe they could bump that up just a touch and call it a different trim level and make everybody happy. What could use improvement? How about an optional manual transmission? It is off-road, by the way.
Yeah.
5-star safety rating on this car. Ride and handling, nice, compliant, and controllable. What could use improvement? Well, all Crosstracks come with the standard all-wheel drive, and I don't know what could use improvement. Prices. Base trim price, $29,195. Prices tested, $32,501. Base model price, $25,195. Yep. It competes against the Honda HR-V for $29,650, the Jeep Compass for $35,495, and the Ford Bronco Sport for $35,615.
Huh.
And that is my review of the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. If you're in the market for something like that, save the wildlife, save the dogs, save the cats, go buy yourself a Subaru. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back right after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The N-Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. The In Will Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park at 1100 Friendswood Drive in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers will see all makes and models of the finest rides around at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, Stevenson Park in Friendswood.
The world's favorite place to go for fun, craziness, romance,
Donuts?
and informative car talk, and leaking donuts. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we're going to talk to George Ahrens about the upcoming Auto Tech competition.
All right.
Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Our chief engineer, David Ainsley, will be joining us next weekend.
All right,
I'm
David.
Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. Okay, Mr. Mars.
All right, so we've got several special guests coming up here.
You got a lot of people there, buddy.
Yeah, we got lots of company. So the Houston Auto Dealers Association, one of the things they do is they help promote the future of automotive technicians, basically, is what it amounts to. There is actually a competition that some of the high school auto tech classes can get involved with, and it will help them to learn more, kind of work for some scholarships, and they are sponsored by several of the dealerships around the Houston area. And one of those is Monument Chevrolet. Danny Barnett with the Monument Chevrolet is here from Monument. We also have Christopher Wasson. Is that right? And he's got some of his techs that are in this competition, and we're going to talk to them. And George is with the ASE Educational Group.
George Ahrens.
Yes, Vice President, right?
Yes.
Very good. So we got a full house. We got lots of people. So let's start with Danny. So your involvement, the dealerships in my involvement in this competition for these kids.
Yes, sir. We sponsor several students from the high school to participate in this program, and then hopefully move on to be technicians at our dealership.
Okay. And then, George, so how do you play into this competition?
So it's kind of been my idea that I started about 6 or 7 years ago with the Dealers Association in North Texas, and it spread across the country. What we're really trying to do is the competition is actually designed to prepare partner dealers with local high schools and have 3 seniors from that high school automotive program shadow in the dealership for 6 to 8 to 10 weeks, learning the factory scan tool, factory service information, alongside the technicians, almost as a long interview. And then the competition is at San Jacinto College. But ultimately, our goal is for the dealer to see the local talent in the community and hire them. And a fair number of the students from last year's Houston competition got hired. The winning team, who you guys interviewed last year, that went on to the North Texas competition, which is a little bit larger. All 3 of those students were hired and still working for the dealer. That's what our ultimate goal is, to showcase the talent in our local schools and the local dealers sponsoring and supporting the schools in their community.
Kind of like a hands-on training program.
Yep.
Kind of getting them ready. All right, so Christopher, you got 3 guys with you. Who you got there?
Yes, sir. We have Josiah, Diego, and Axel, and 2 of these guys are already gone to work for Danny over at Monument Chevrolet a few weeks back, and we're waiting. Axel needed to get his driver's license going, and so he should be starting with them soon.
Mike needs to get his going, too.
Yeah, I got to work on that myself.
What exactly? Let's go back for just a moment and tell me about the basics of an automotive program in the high school these days. Where do you start?
We start at the 9th grade now. We start at 14, 15 years old. We interview students to get into our program in the 8th grade. And, we start them with tools and safety, and we progress pretty quickly through electronics and suspension, steerings, brakes, engine performance, all the
basics.
all the regular ASE tested areas.
Yeah. And obviously at the 9th grade level, that you got some kids in there that I know that are very talented and probably it runs in the blood. But some of them, I mean, how do you say, yes, you can come into the program? I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait another year and try next year to get into the program. How do you make that decision?
So here in Pasadena ISD, we have 5A high schools, and at the Career and Technical High School here, we're more like a magnet career and tech school for the entire district. And students have to make an application, write an essay, and then I interview them face to face to find out try to find the kiddos that will be the right fit, that this is the right fit for them.
What do you look for? What do you look for in that interview?
I'm looking for those kids that are already talking about cars, working on cars. They know what kind of car they like. Not somebody that wants to get into this and learn how to change their own oil, because that's a 2-hour class that you get once in 4 years here.
Sure.
And we're a career high school to career process. That's what this is about.
Almost like going to a college. You got to apply and go through a process to get accepted.
Yes, sir. And because of the nature of our ASE accreditation, we're able to acquire manufacturer certifications. So like these guys already have several General Motors modules that they would get when they're going to a post-secondary training course for GM.
Okay, let me switch it back over here to George for just a minute. How are you involved in helping in this training and in this program?
So, all of you are familiar with ASE, but
yes.
Most of you are not familiar with the ASE Education Foundation. We accredit auto, collision, and truck programs at the high school, community college, and tech school level to national standards. And Kurt Lewis Career Center is an accredited program. Many of the high schools and the community colleges in Houston are accredited. So we make sure that the program is meeting national standards, that the students are teaching the skills that Danny and other employers need, making sure that they have the right tools and equipment and the budget and the support for the program. But the cornerstone of our accreditation is an industry advisory committee, which they're the taxpayers of the community, and they're having input on what needs to be taught and what needs to be purchased in the school, because technically you're spending their money.
Danny, and so how does it work for you? What do you have to do to get involved in all of this?
Well, we've been, golly, I don't even know where to start. We've been involved with Chris's program even before it was at the technical school. This program, my entire shopper is full of alumni from this program, if you will. Chris may have some numbers on that, but I will tell you that my
20 years worth. 20 years.
Yeah, about 20 years. I've been with Monument Chevrolet for going on 27 years, and Chris and I have had a relationship for the vast majority of that time. And I take multiple students out of his program every year, and it's been a great thing. It's been great for the dealership. These guys, we're growing our own technicians. They come into the program with our habits. They go through the San Jacinto College, which is also an ASE accredited program. They move on. They're with us for 4 or 5 years essentially before they come out of the college, and they have all the training that they need and usually just plug right into a position.
Is there a lot of theft going on of your students and employees?
You mean from other dealers?
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
That's something that we try to keep them locked up as best that we can.
And that's the question I have for Christopher. You've got a young man or a young lady that's very applied to learning in the automotive industry, and you see them that maybe they need to go further than this. Are there any students, and maybe one of those young men can jump in, that maybe want to go to an NHRA or a NASCAR or maybe a Formula One type organization from that stepping stone that you're providing them?
So last year we actually had one of our students that he didn't go to work at one of the dealers because he said that he wanted to go to work and work on Indy cars.
There you go.
And so we helped him get into a post-secondary training program at a technical school that had that kind of training for him, and to just he has more than just the basic tools when he leaves here as far as knowledge, and then he can go way further faster once he gets to a training program that's outside of high school.
And if I could jump in real quick, the foundational skills that they learn in these high school programs provide them with a career lattice and not a career ladder. And they can go pretty much anywhere they want. When I used to teach at Brazosport High School, one of my students, Will Hanna, he now tunes top alcohol cars.
There you go.
The foundational skills, Chris, and other schools really does help the students be able to open up their career in whichever direction that they want to go.
So it's an umbrella.
So-
You can
Yes.
go any direction, like you said, lattice, because there's a lot of intersections and a lot of pathways on lattice rather than
Yep.
just a direct up stairways or things of that nature.
Yeah, we don't have to wait for somebody to die for somebody to move up.
Got you.
That's right.
It's sort of like in wheel time around here.
Yeah, we've got people lined up to take our jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They all got shovels in their hands. So you said that two of the guys were already working for Danny, or about to be.
No,
Yeah.
they already work for him.
Okay. So y'all graduated, or you're still in high school?
We're still in high school, our senior year. You know, we come here for half a day, and then have to go to work. That's how our program works.
Okay.
Well, we used to call it distributive education.
Or co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, co-op.
Yeah.
Co-op, that basically.
Yeah. How nice. Boy, I'll tell you what, I wish I'd have had that opportunity back when I was in high school. Problem was, I didn't have the grades.
Yeah, you do need those.
Yeah, you got to have that.
And
We now call it a practicum.
No, that's it. So what is the greatest challenge for you guys, for your students in this program? I mean, don't tell me everything because I know that. But the greatest, is it keeping the students in the program? Is it getting more recruits as the year goes by? How does it work?
Well, we really the challenge is we do a lot of the work to take the challenge out for the students. You know, but because we're an ASE accredited program and we have the backing of the manufacturers and the dealerships, it takes the scariness out of it. One of the things that we do, we have an interview process in the spring where we bring all the local dealerships and shops in and have them as an interview board, and they'll interview the students for these practicums to begin in the summertime between their junior and senior year. And, you know, really our biggest, I guess, problem we have in the most recent years is trying to convince some of these kiddos to get their driver's license. At many of the advisory committee meetings for different manufacturer programs, even at the dealership levels, these guys are talking about they have a hard time getting young techs to get a driver's license.
I never knew.
Well,
That's crazy.
Back in our day, we had to have one. Today, your entire life is on your cell phone, and that's just the way that it is today. And so why get a car if you don't need to? I mean, at 15 years old, I was chomping at the bit to get down there to the driver's license office and get my learner's permit and go for it. But today, there's not a whole lot of impetus unless you live so many miles away from the dealership.
Right.
But even that, that's after you get to work in the high school. You know, my grandkids, they don't, you know, what? Why do I need to go over there? I got them right here. I talk to them all the time.
Look at it this way. If you're at a dealership, you're going to have to drive cars, so you do need a license.
Yeah,
that's true.
There's no doubt about
So
it.
that's a master.
Yeah, there was
requirement.
no such thing as Uber when I was in school.
Yeah.
They hadn't invented that yet.
No.
Yeah.
It was called the Golden Thumb.
Exactly.
Either that or, you know, I mean, I had a motorcycle, a run-down old motorcycle that I mean, work was probably 7-8 miles. The dealership was 7-8 miles from where I lived. So it was important for me to have a driver's license. And Lord knows I drove Mom's Buick a lot of times to work when she'd let me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I can only imagine. I can't really imagine. I can't imagine not having a driver's license or not wanting one at 15 or 16.
But it is a nationwide problem. We're dealing with it. And part of the problem is the schools don't teach driver's ed anymore. They make that decision not to make that investment. So that means the students have to make the investment themselves. So there's a few folks working on that solution also. the Houston Auto Dealers, they're trying to do a lot of different things to help their dealers and the future workforce, along with other folks around the state.
George, you got a couple of Wallies behind you. We've got one here in the studio as well.
I got 4.
Do you?
I got the one different color one for the 1000th NHRA race in Las Vegas. One of my closest friends, and he's actually has a 2-time U.S. Nationals champion, Steve Johnson, has the Batman Scholarship, be a technician. And one of Chris's students a few years ago was awarded that. And with that, Steve comes to your school and gives your students a whole bunch of tools, brand new tools to start your career. So,
That's great.
Wow.
That's
and they're
great.
racing this weekend in Charlotte.
Yes,
Yep.
they are, as a
Yep.
matter of fact. And
Yeah, Steve Johnson, he has a really neat program, and he really does a good job of helping pep these kids up, especially the ones that want to get into to racing, NHRA and whatnot. And he's helped us with a few of those guys, get them pointed in the right direction.
Well, that's a great program you've got going there. We wish you the best of luck and thank everybody there on our dais today that has helped make this segment of our show a success, I think, in many ways, and get the word out there that, hey, if you got the will, there's a way for you to get in the automotive field.
And congratulations to those young men.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you
good
for
luck
the
to you.
opportunity.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
very much. And let's stay in touch and let's find out how things go for the future.
Yes,
The
sir.
competition is Friday, November 15th at San Jacinto College. We have 20 teams competing this year from 20 different dealer sponsors. Want to thank all the dealers. That's where it starts, is getting involved in your local school. I tell people we don't have a technician shortage. We have a shortage of qualified applicants.
There you go.
Last year in the Houston metro area, we had over 6,800 students taking auto tech in the high schools in Harris County and surrounding.
God,
Wow.
I got goosebumps about 6,800. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Everybody, really appreciate you.
Have a great day.
You too. You do the same.
How cool is that? Huh?
That's very good. All right. We need to take a break. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for riding with us today. Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. We've got racing is actually coming to an end. You know, we got the fall coming up, but this week you got NASCAR racing. They are in Bristol, baby. 7:30 tomorrow night on the USA Network.
That's a fender cruncher
There
there.
you go, Mike. There's still tickets available if you want to go.
Cool.
Mentioned
Take
NHRA.
Take that to Dodge Challenger, that
Yeah.
Charger up there.
Charger.
Yeah, take that
there
thing
you
up
go.
there.
We could drive it up there.
Heck yeah. Bumping.
Put it in.
Yep, there you go. And then, of course, NHRA, the Carolina National is in Charlotte. That's actually on the 22nd, which is Sunday. That's going to be tomorrow. Formula One, they're not going to go, they're going right now, but it is a Marina Bay Circuit in Singapore, sponsored by the Singapore Airlines in Singapore. That would be the Grand Prix in Singapore. IMSA.
Are you sure it's in Singapore?
I think it is. It's over yonder. It's just past,
Sing Sing.
It's just past Nederland.
Nederville.
And then, of course, Indianapolis is going to host, the Indianapolis Speedway is going to host IMSA. Indy Open Wheel has ended. They crowned a winner, Alex Palou Montalvo. That's his full name. He's a Spanish young man, 27 years old, from Ganassi Racing. This is his third championship, 21, 23, and 24. He's won it. Incredible driver. Indy's over with, so we'll look forward to next year. Go Andretti. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Thank you, sir. This week in auto history, Mr. Mars always has that for us.
Yeah, we had a lot of different things to pick from. It was a pretty busy week in the world of auto history. And one of the things that we wanted to start off with that I know Jeff is a real big fan of is September the 15th, 1950 was the formation of the NASCAR Grand National Division. Woo-hoo. Now, this was the first NASCAR strictly stock race ever held at Charlotte Speedway, not Charlotte Motor Speedway that's on the series now, but this is a different track. It was a fixture, and it actually was held on June the 19th, 1949, and the winner was disqualified after the discovery of his altered rear springs. So initially the cars were known as strictly stock division, and they were supposed to be raced with no modifications on the factory models. So they went and they renamed it the Grand National Division beginning with the 1950 season, and for the next 10 years they allowed modifications to where it's now a purpose-built race car instead of a strictly stock car as it started out. September the 15th, 1963, the Porsche 911 was introduced, and that is, I found out the correct pronunciation. I didn't think there was any doubt, but apparently there is.
How'd you pronounce it?
911.
Oh.
The earliest edition to the 911 had an air-cooled rear-mounted 2.0-liter engine with 128 horsepower, flat six, mounted to a 5-speed, 2+2 seating. Not much of a 2+2, but there is 2+ seating there. The iconic sports car would go on to become a symbol of performance and engineering excellence in the automotive world. Then, on September the 16th, 1977, the launch of BMW's 7 Series was actually a full-size luxury sedan that became their symbol of refinement, performance, and innovation technology. And it's only available in a sedan body style. Now, this includes the long wheelbase and the limousine models. You can only get them in the sedan. The first generation of the 7 Series was powered by the straight 6 engines.
Did you read this before you actually
I've read
spoke
it so many times, I'm reading it in my mind ahead of myself is the
Well,
problem.
you need to slow down.
Slow down. And following generations have been powered by inline 4s, straight 6s, V8s, and even V12s. Now then, on September the 17th, in 1903, this is kind of a fun one, founding of Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Company. In 1901, 20-year-old William S. Harley drew up plans for a small engine, 7.07 cubic inches. Now this was placed on a bicycle, so this was his design for a pedal bicycle frame. For the next 2 years, he and his friend Arthur Davidson worked on their motor bicycle outside of Milwaukee, but they figured out that it couldn't go up and down the hills in the area. So they decided they needed something bigger. So they got with Arthur's brother, Walter Davidson. Now, they officially founded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Harley-Davidson Motor Company, and went on to learn how to build motor bikes as motorcycles.
Should have just moved to somewhere flat.
Yes. Now, September the 20th, I almost got too carried away with this one. 1958, Mickey Thompson set land speed record. Now, he does this with his friend and mechanic Fritz Voigt. They put together a twin engine for the National Hot Rod Association race in Oklahoma City in 1958. So, driving from California to Oklahoma City, they went by Bonneville Salt Flats. And
In this car,
and ran their rig to a record-setting 266.866 mile per hour. Now, that was the first one. Now, that he went on to set 295 speed records out at Bonneville. I mean, he really got into this. And I think that, Jeff, this is something that you need to follow up on and do a story on. 1988, Mickey Thompson and his wife Trudy were gunned down at their home in Bradbury, California.
Oh, yeah.
The crime remained unsolved until 2007, when a former business partner was charged with the murders and convicted. I did not know that.
Did not know that either.
No, I just thought he
It was
retired
something
and
tragic.
went someplace
Yeah,
else.
it was something tragic. I didn't know it was like that.
Anyway, that's This Week in Auto History.
All right,
good.
thank you. Tillman Fertitta has purchased a Houston area Chevrolet dealership.
All right.
His company's first non-luxury brand in an apparent bid to expand his automobile empire. Fertitta Automotive Group, a recently formed division of the Texas billionaire's vast business empire, bought Norman Frady Chevrolet in Clear Lake for an undisclosed sum. The dealership has been rebranded to Fertitta Chevrolet and will retain all of the dealership's current employees, according to the Houston Business Journal. And the Chevy purchase is a departure from the usual car brands associated with the famed casino magnate, who owns the NBA's Houston Rockets as well, along with, of course, his restaurant empire. Fertitta Automotive also operates Post Oak Motor Cars, which sells ultra-luxury brands such as Bentley, Bugatti, and Rolls-Royce
know
at
he
its
owned that.
location by the Post Oak Hotel in Uptown,
Oh,
which
darn.
he owns as well.
Yeah.
And there's another location up in the Woodlands.
He's also put a bid in or doing something with the WNBA.
Well, yeah, he's trying to get a WNBA, and we're also trying to get a hockey team
Yes.
here from the NHL. So
Again.
good luck with that. Lonnie Sosa, dealer-operator at Fertitta, said the Fertitta car conglomerate has been looking to expand into non-luxury space for years, looking at various businesses in the Houston area and around the country. The Norman Frady Chevrolet dealership was the right opportunity at the right time, according to Mr. Sosa when he told the Houston Business Journal. So, at any rate, there you have it. I wanted to get that story in. Arkansas Court of Appeals has upheld a 20-year prison term for a customer who became combative when a Nissan store refused to fix his recalled car for free. Listen to this. June 2021, Ronnie Robinson, went to Orr Auto Mall in Russellville, kind of by Neaterville, and unsuccessfully demanded that it repair his wrecked vehicle under warranty. He claimed a defective latch caused the hood to malfunction, rise up, block his vision, and cause a crash. The vehicle was among the model year 2013 to 2015 Altima Nissans recalled for faulty hood latches. A store employee told Robinson he was responsible for financing the repairs himself. When he refused to leave the store, police arrived and a push-pull struggle broke out. Officers said Robinson did everything he possibly could to get away, including kicking maniacally, jerking, and striking the officers with his legs and feet. He resisted efforts to put him into the patrol car, and once he was in it, he slammed his knee into the seatbelt buckle, crushing one officer's fingers. Jury convicted him of battery, resisting arrest, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. On appeal, he unsuccessfully contended the jury shouldn't have been allowed to hear testimony about his arrest 2 weeks earlier for injuring two deputy marshals who were taking him into custody in another case. Oh, my God.
Chick fight.
Well, I don't know. Would it be a chick? Is he a chick?
I don't know. If he's kicking like a girl.
I guess. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for a quick break. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet. Look for us on your favorite podcast provider.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge and Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Real Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. The In Real Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park at 1100 Friendswood Drive in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers will see all makes and models of the finest rides around at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, Stevenson Park in Friendswood.
It's the In Real Time Car Talk Show coming up. Jeff has a feature on drive-ins, and Mars reviews the Chevy Equinox EV. Just ahead on this segment of the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley, who we'll see next weekend.
All right.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us for our live rendition of In Real Time. Got some recalls to tell you about. Volkswagen is now issuing a stop sale, which means can't be sold, on the ID4 electric compact crossover, and will halt production in Chattanooga, Tennessee, as the brand searches for a remedy to fix faulty door handles. The automaker recalling almost 99,000 ID4s because of defective door handles that offer insufficient water protection. The glitch can lead to printed circuit board malfunctions if water seeps through and causes an open command to the door lock while the vehicle is moving. Martha, Martha, where are you, Martha?
Come back here.
Yeah, sorry, you fell out of the car. The recall affects 21 to 24 ID4s, and all door handles are included. The ID4 is VW's first volume electric vehicle and first electric crossover sold in the United States. Way to go. VW does not have a fix for the issue and said in a statement that it will temporarily stop ID4 production at its Chattanooga factory until a repair is available. The statement said VW furlough 200 employees at the factory starting September 23rd. That's Monday. Ouch. Also on the recall list, forward-sensing camera malfunctions has recalled the Mazda CX-3, CX-50, and the Mazda 3 for the 24 and 25 model years, and incorrect headlight software for the Porsche Taycan for 2024. Incorrect headlight software.
So really, probably the dimming aspect of it, and
who knows? Make it come on and off. I don't know.
The automatic.
I don't know, but whatever the case may be. All right. We've got that taken care of. I'll put that in the finished pile.
Put that in the finished pile. This is the one that's on fire over there.
Yeah. And it's been kind of on fire since we started the show today.
We kind of smoothed it out a little bit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we ironed it out.
We ironed it out. So now I thought what we would do is play our little game of Hemmings Sold Car Roundup.
Play along at home.
What do you think? We'll ask the dais, the panel here. What do you think? The 1976 Pontiac Trans Am. It looks kind of rough. What do you think a 76 Pontiac Trans Am with the big chicken on the hood? What do you think that would sell for? It was yellow. It's yellow with kind of a golden black chicken hood.
I don't think I ever saw a yellow one.
Well, there's one here.
I'm going to say $7,000.
Mars?
It's on Hemmings. I'll go 6.
Well, you all overbid it because it sold for $4,600.
That was my next guess. I'll give it to you, Mike. You got closer.
Now let's go to something that's
that
much prettier. A 1965 Chevrolet Corvette. And the Corvette would happen to be a roadster. In other words, a convertible. a 65 Chevy Corvette. It looks like a driver. I don't think it's a show car. It's got a license plate on it. It's red in color. Don't know what the color at the top is, but 65 Corvette convertible.
You want to go first?
No, go ahead.
40.
I'll go 46.
How about $99,750?
Well, there's something that we're not seeing.
Correct. I would say so. It's either. Did they do fuel injection in 65?
I'm thinking it was
I think they may have, but I'm thinking maybe it's a big block car.
a big block, something rare, but I don't know why you would have
'Cause that's-
aftermarket wheels on something like that and still get 99,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I got one here for Jeff. Now, Jeff's had a little trouble with his car.
Yeah, I've had some mechanical issues, but they're all solved right now. They're good.
Well, we can talk about those.
Sure.
You had the mass airflow sensor.
Mass airflow sensor, all that, had to have it put on a rollback.
And then
I just lost a battery this past week, but that was under warranty. Aha.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
The battery was low in the Corvette, and I told
So you used the Performance Optimas.
No.
Did you put one back in?
No. I haven't used the Optimus.
I thought you had an Optima in it.
I used
a yellow
to.
top or something.
No, it was a red top, but I haven't had that.
Oh, okay.
I bought one from up here at Advance Auto.
Okay.
I think it's a Die Hard or something.
Could be. Yeah, they're all.
It's a red lead. It's a lead acid battery.
Well,
the old school stuff.
All the battery manufacturers. There's only one manufacturer. They just label them in the factory. Because you got the Die Hards, you got the AC Delcos. They all come out of the same area.
Well, at any rate, I too used up its warranty, and it was only a year old.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, it's dead. I think it's the charge. Let me just look at it. You need to charge it. That was when I had the seat malfunction.
Oh, yeah.
That was draining the battery.
Yeah, the drain on it.
He says, don't worry about it. We'll just go ahead and replace it anyway. So I got
I remember that story because the guy quit or something. The guy quit. Take any battery you want. Take them all.
So here's a replacement for your Cadillac.
Uh-oh.
This is a 1996 Cadillac Fleetwood. Looks completely stock.
My
looks like it's
God.
brand new.
The seats are this thick.
A 96 Fleetwood. Black. Okay, it's black. And, boy, it looks nice. I would consider buying this if it were a 96. But what do you think, boys? A 96 Cadillac Fleetwood, that's a four-door. Okay? It may or may not have a Landau roof on it, but 96.
I'm going to go. I'll go with a flat 10 because I have no idea.
I was going to go 14. Probably
Well,
30s.
in the middle, $11,550. It will not fit in the garage.
No, it won't.
It's massive, but I'll tell you what.
I want to see it. I want to touch it.
Okay, well,
Wait.
there it is.
Oh, yeah.
See it right there?
Yep, got it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to something.
You're going to a funeral all the time.
Yeah, and you're driving yourself. I like it. 67 Ford Mustang. It's that bullet green looking
Oh, yeah.
car.
Fastback?
It is no, it's a notchback. It's a notchback.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that it can't be a bullet, but it sure does look good. That dark green with the
evergreen or dark or Greenwood green,
whatever it is.
British Racing Green.
So, what do you think? A '67 Ford Mustang painted up to look like the bullet car?
$15,000.
22.
28,350. Okay, here's one for you. This is my dad's car, except this is a Bel Air, not a Biscayne. A 1962 Chevrolet Bel Air, and this particular Bel Air looks like a two-door to me.
Like a bubble
Two-door. Well, they don't call it that, but yeah, a two-door hardtop. So a 62 Chevy Bel Air hardtop. It's got weird-looking wheel covers on it, but it's all white. It looks like a company car.
Didn't have the red stripe in it?
I can't see that.
Oh, okay.
A 1962 Bel Air, but I will tell you this. It appears as though it's got like a 409 in it.
Ooh.
It appears that way. I don't know.
That makes about a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 21.
Oh God.
No. I would go 35, and if it's a 409, I would say 60.
Well, you're close. 55,650 is what it went for. That's why I kind of think I'm looking at the badge. It's kind of hard to tell the picture,
Yeah.
but here you go.
My mother had a Chevrolet that year. She had 62.
All right. Well,
Yep.
there it is.
That's-
All right.
yep.
Here's one for you, Mars. You would be the standout. You would be the star in Neaterville.
I thought he was.
A 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. That'd be one you could take Becky on a date to the Friday night football game in.
Is it the orange color?
Yeah.
It'd have to be.
Yeah,
Yes,
if
it's
it's real.
orange.
In the Judge, yeah.
The Judge. Here comes the Judge. And, from what I understand, that's where they got that from, was from the Laugh-In
Yeah,
show.
from the TV show.
Yep.
Who was the judge?
Flip Wilson.
Yep. I'm trying to. I just saw something about those cars. They were talking about the knockoffs and how to tell the differences between them.
Well, I don't know anything about
but
that.
I'm going
or
to
not.
say that
67 for me.
67 for you. Okay. This is a 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. Come on, Mars. We'll
38.
get 38. $44,100.
Oh, I'll give you that one too. Came
All
closer.
right. Here's one. 84 Buick Regal. It looks like a turbocharged, black. 84 Buick Regal. Obviously a two-door. Looks pretty good. Originality, I don't know. But 84 Buick Regal looks like a Grand National car.
But it doesn't say it's a Grand National.
Well, it's got the emblem on it. And, no, it doesn't say that. But
Well,
they
we're going
don't.
to assume it's a Grand National then.
Yeah.
22.
32.
26,250.
I'm going to take that one.
If that's an all original, I mean, never know these days, but you see it right there. It looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. That'd be something to go home with.
When we were on the Hot Rod Tour down around the square, there was one Grand National down there. You kind of modified it a little bit, but
it didn't.
Basically, the car was stock.
And that was the one that was kind of ugly under the hood, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he'd done some mods.
Well,
under there.
not only that, but I mean, it was just kind of. It was a driver.
Yes.
1996 Volkswagen Combi.
Combi.
It's kind of along the lines of a Westphalia.
Okay.
Which is one of those that's got the camper.
Yeah, raised top. and all
Yeah,
that.
the canvas raised top thing that you can crank up when you get onto a camping trip. That's called a Combi.
Combi.
96 VW Combi. I can show you a picture of it. There it is, right there.
Oh yeah.
It's a mini bus.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think that would sell for?
46.
42.
29.
I know somebody that just got
I'm
screwed.
closer.
I know somebody that just got screwed really bad.
Uh-oh.
And this is the last one. 1989 BMW 535i, four-door sedan, red in color. Looks like it's got factory
You had
wheels.
one on your history picture. That was a 730i.
No, this is a 535i.
Oh, 535. Okay.
This is a 5 Series. So BMW 1989, nice looking car, looks stock. What do you think that would sell for? I picked this out because of the price.
I
Guess, Mars.
I'll pay you $100 to throw it off.
12,000.
I have no idea.
12,000.
12,000.
Well, you know what they say about BMWs. I mean, you know what
Bring more money.
Well, yeah,
BMW.
break my wallet.
Break my wallet.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, what do you guess?
Oh, I was going to pass, but I'll say me $7,000.
$5,500.
Yeah, gum.
Okay.
But then you got to keep it running.
That's the problem.
There's the problem.
It's like when my brother, he bought him a Harley Davidson one time, and he said he figured out real quick all that HD. That means $100. Everything's $100 to start with.
HD.
HD.
$100.
$100.
I did want to go over our remote schedule, and I bring that up because when we end the show today in about 45 minutes, we're going to have to pack up the studio, as we say.
Packing her up.
And we're going to take the old studio down to Woody's Waterfront Custom Car Show in San Leon, Texas. And we are going to be on the air there from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes.
So we're going to have an extended show that day.
Special 3 hour just because of where we're at.
Yeah. And that'll give us more opportunity to talk to more vehicle
Yeah.
owners that show up and put
Absolutely.
their car in the show. And it's interesting because many of the shows that we go to, they kind of like the same cars all the time. But down there, first of all, it's down there. And it attracts cars from down in that area of town. And you're thinking, well, wait just a minute. That's not, it's kind of like on the edge of Houston. Yeah, it is. But you got different cars over there on the southeast side, around the bay, draw cars from Clear Lake,
Yep.
Galveston County, Brazoria County, all that. So anyway, it's a good car show. And as I said in the commercial, great backdrop for pictures with your car or of your car.
Yep, there are.
So because you got that beautiful bay out there. I believe it's Trinity Bay, isn't
Yeah.
it?
If you get there early, I've taken pictures every year of just the water, the sunrises,
Yeah.
and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous pictures.
All right, so that's next weekend. And then in 3 weeks, we'll be at the
Space City Corvette Show.
SCCC
Oh, okay.
in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. We're looking forward to that. That's a show that, thanks to our good friends over at Emmons Autoplex, they have sponsored us to get us down there. It's a great show under the trees in that beautiful park. Beautiful setting. You guys haven't been there.
No, I haven't.
All I've seen, you talked about it since you've been down there, and then whenever we put the commercial together,
It's
it's a lot of nice pictures.
Yeah, and I get, the big draw for me is the setting under that huge canopy of trees, the live oaks down there, and they've got a great big Mayberry kind of
Gazebo.
bandstand
Yeah.
gazebo thing. It's really nice
Yeah.
down there,
Yeah.
and food trucks and all that stuff. So
Oh, cool.
And there's a lot of cars.
You're looking for
I-
something besides the concrete parking lot
Yeah,
environment.
none of
You want
that.
Something
So
different.
yeah, so they're shooting for 300 cars.
Oh, wow.
Which is significant. Doesn't cost you anything to go and look. I think that if you want to enter your car, I think that it's
I was thinking 30
30
bucks.
30 bucks,
I think it
something
is.
like that.
I'm not sure. I may be wrong.
Whatever. So that, and then we got on the 19th. October 19th, we're going to Spring Branch High School Museum Car Show. It's something that you set up.
Yes, sir. You know, we were approached out at one of the Tailpipes and Taco events.
We were.
And we went over there to kind of check it out and stuff. And they literally have a museum in the old Spring Branch High School thing, and it's a community thing. And it amazes me the amount of stuff they've got in there, and I kind of wish that my school would have done something like that. When I think about my grandkids,
We didn't
coming
have
through.
anything like that.
No, we
in
didn't
my
either.
day in school, we didn't have anything like that. If you wanted to go to a car show, you went to Autorama down at the, what was it called? I had it on the tip of my tongue. I
can't remember.
It's
The hall.
yeah, I know. I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, we also have coming up Hemi Hideout.
Fun.
And that's going to be on November the 9th. That's an open show. Well,
Just $10 donation.
$10 donation, and it's open to the public.
Cash only.
Cash only. And then Thanksgiving weekend, Autorama at the George R. Brown.
Yeah, that'll be fun too.
Yeah, it always is. So be sure and look for us and say hello when you see us out there. We'd love to say hello to you.
betcha.
All right. We need to take a break.
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's do that. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. And a new daily podcast is available from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
You know, we're pretty excited here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show because we get to talk to one of the big wigs out there at Stellantis coming up at the bottom of the
I
hour.
see her laughing.
Yeah, she can hear us, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, Kimberly, we're looking forward to our interview with you at the bottom of the hour, so just hang in there with us, honey. We'll be with you in just a few minutes. Haven't talked to her in a long time. Anyway, time now on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show for this week's Jeff's feature, and it's going to be drive-ins, with a few we have left.
Okay, here we go. Even though drive-ins are not nearly as popular as they used to be, there are still drive-ins around. Some show that current movies, some show
Look, it's the
classic
In Wheel
movies.
Time drive-in.
There
theater.
you go. How about that? Thank you for that, Michael. A lot of them also show double features, just like the classics and the good stuff that we used to watch, some in black and white even. But for now, there are over 300 drive-ins still in operation. Ohio, New York, and Pennsylvania have the most in the country. They've got almost 30 of them just in those areas of that country.
Mainly because of the weather.
Well,
let's face it.
Exactly. And they don't really do much over there. Unfortunately, Hawaii, North Dakota, Wyoming, Alaska, Delaware, Louisiana, they no longer have drive-ins at all. It was in 1933, a gentleman by the name of Richard Hollingshead opened the first drive-in in an Autobahn in North Cameron, New Jersey. Pay 25 cents and you can get to see the movie, bring your car in. The first movie, Don, was called Wives Beware.
I was there.
I know.
I was there when it opened.
The concept of showing movies outdoors was novel. Here's how he did it. His mother was a large woman and she couldn't get around, so he put her in the back seat of his car and he would put screens up in his yard and show movies. He put a projector on his hood and show movies. It took on in the neighborhood. Everybody wanted to see it. So that's how he first conceived the idea. It took off. So he patented the idea in 1933 and then put a building together and all that stuff, and the gates opened that year. The second drive-in was opened in Shankwheelers, which is in Pennsylvania, near Pennsylvania. A few others followed in that area. They kept building them, and by the 40s, it was very, very popular. Everybody wanted one in their town. They offered family entertainment, Mike. They would sit in their cars. You could bring your babies. You could smoke your cigars. Drive-ins offered more flexibility than the indoor theaters, but the theaters were more flexible about the indoor theaters were more flexible about showing more scheduled, more current movies than they could get in the outdoors. Many tickets were sold for that, and you could get the options of going to the concession stand. Some dudes serve food. Some had activities for the kids and things.
Hot dogs, baby.
Hot dogs.
Playground.
But as it dwindled and as the weather and the more popular indoor movies came to be more prevalent around the country, the drive-ins were relegated to show the B movies, and eventually some showed the X-rated movies. How dare they?
No.
Yeah, and some of the drive-ins, by showing the naughty movies, helped them survive. Now, if you look across the world, at other parts of the world, there's about 100 drive-ins existing outside of the United States, mainly in Canada and in Australia. But that concept is dwindling there as well. China is becoming a country that has more popular outdoor drive-ins as well. Here's a couple of my favorites. You got the Stars and Stripes drive-in where? In New Braunfels. We've been there. It was great. That's coming up on a picture there. Also, the Stars and Stripes located in New Braunfels, built from the ground up in 2015. The same family owns it and operates it today. The Brazos Drive-In in Granbury, Texas, which I want to go see the next time that we're in Granbury. It's a single screen theater located in Granbury, which is about an hour's drive out of Fort Worth, Texas. And there you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has the 2024 Chevy Equinox that he's going to tell us about, except this is the EV model.
Oh, yes, okay. This is the new model for 2024, the EV, and we happen to have, it actually comes in 5 trim levels, a 2LT, a 2RS, a 3LT, a 3RS, and a 2RS Launch Edition. Well, we had the RS, the 2RS model, so it's kind of a mid-trim level, if you will. It is a little bit larger than its gas-powered twin, if you will. The RS provides a more sporty trim with some new styling that goes on it. It's really a good-looking vehicle. The first time I saw it, I came around the corner here at Don's. It was when he had it, and it was in the morning light in the driveway and with the red color and stuff. It was just a really good-looking car.
I thought that you were making fun of my eyelash makeup or something.
It was glistening.
Well, I was doing that too, but that was kind of hidden in there.
Glistening.
So it comes with the RS package. It comes with a black badging. It's got black roof rails. It actually has 21-inch aluminum wheels that are blacked out as well. It's got the LED lighting all the way around with the intelligent headlights up front. So they kind of follow you as you turn. They'll kind of shift for you and give you a little more safety and protection and visibility. It has flush door handles that extend out whenever you get up close to it with a key, and outside heated mirrors, all the nice things that you would want in that type of a car. Now, you get into the inside of it, you're looking at Evotex seating surfaces. Now,
what do you call it?
Oh, it says EVOTEX. I couldn't find a good definition for that. It's kind of a leather-type seating surface. The front seats are
Naugahyde.
Not even that, I don't think.
Corinthian.
Heated front seats. The rear seats are a 60-40 split setup, and the rear seats also have an armrest that kind of fold down out of the seat for the rear passengers. Got a 17.7-inch diagonal LCD panel in the dash, and that's where you're going to find all your convenience controls, all your radio, your audio, your stereo, and it also has Google in it. Google's starting to make way into some cars that kind of make it a little bit different to get to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto if that's what you're looking for. It does have an 11-inch driver display, which you're going to find all your connections and all the things that the driver wants to know. We used to call it the gauge package. Now, this is a front-wheel drive vehicle, and it's an EV, so it's got an electronic component and all the horsepower and stuff that comes out of that. It's all converted. But I will tell you, it runs really well, and the EPA says, according to their sheet, you should get about 101 miles in the city to a charge and 90 on the highway and 96 combined. And anyway, I drove this car 256 miles in one trip, and it's supposed to have a 310-mile range. Now, I did charge it one time so that I could get home from here because it wouldn't quite make it that far. It was $18. And when I went to charge it for the full charge, and I went to a public charger at a dealership, plugged it in, and went from 10% all the way to 100. Had the brand new general manager come up and ask me why this bright red Chevrolet was sitting in front of his Hyundai dealership at 8:30 in the morning. So we discussed it, and he said fine. I told him I'd be out of there before he opened his doors. But the really cool thing was...
You're stealing his electricity.
Well, no, it's out there public, and he has the gate open so that people can do it. But he thinks it's going to be primarily Hyundai dealers, Hyundai people. He asked me why I wasn't at the Chevrolet, and I said, Chevrolet doesn't have a charger that I can get to. And I said, I put my credit card in. He said, okay. If you put your credit card in, it's good. But apparently he's so new that I looked at my credit card statement, and there's no charge for that. They've got the machine turned to where it doesn't charge. It charges it back to the dealership.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Hyundai dealer there in Nederland. Now, as far as riding it goes, it's got a little bit stiffer tires. I mean, it's an EV, and so it's a smooth ride. Other than it, I would like different tires, but all the EVs are that way.
God.
Base model on this is $43,295. Now, base trim price that we were driving was $43,400. The as tested price was $50,795.
Wow.
Lots of things out there to look at in the Hyundai, Kia, and even the Volkswagen's got some that are comparable in price and range. So if you're looking, be sure and look around at all of them because they all offer something a little bit different.
Today's In Will Time Car Talk Show sponsored by the group of original Lupe Tortilla restaurants in Houston, Beaumont, and College Station. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories. We continue right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Real Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. The In Real Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park at 1100 Friendswood Drive in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers will see all makes and models of the finest rides around at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, Stevenson Park in Friendswood.
From the Sugar Shack Studios in Houston, Texas, USA, it's the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we get a preview of the Stellantis Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram show.
All right.
At the upcoming State Fair of Texas with Kimberly Schultz. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and we'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. We really appreciate it. Let's just get right to it, shall we? I haven't spoken to her in
long time.
Almost 2 years. Kimberly Schultz, it's great to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be on the show.
Well, thanks. We appreciate you taking the time. You know, she sends out these wonderful press releases, all professional and stuff, because, you know, she is a representative.
She sends those to you?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Oh, my.
That's what I do that's what I do of my work for a living there.
Yeah, exactly. And she does such a great job. And I thought, well, I'm not going to make it up there, but at least we can have her on to talk about the cars. It's a press preview thing, which is the day before the State Fair opens, which, by the way, is next Friday, September 27th. And
right.
So they got to have this big press thing going on there on Thursday, the morning before. And are you going to go, Mars?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up there.
Mars is going to go.
It's been 5 years, but I'm gonna go.
Okay. So at any rate, I'm thinking, well, wait just a minute. She's got all of these vehicles here. Why don't we just have her on and talk about all of the vehicles that Stellantis is going to show? So I'll let you any order you want to. And I'm thinking, well, let's just go for it. Let's talk about them.
Well, I mean, the show, you know, the show itself, it's the longest running auto show in the country. And State Fair numbers say that about 6 million people come through those automotive show spaces. And so it's really a great investment for us. And we, you know, people really enjoy what we put on display. And we try to do some really fun interactive displays as well. So you're in the fair setting where it's, you know, fun to not only look at the cars, but like experience them in special ways. So we've got, the lineup is great this year because we have 3 entirely all new vehicles. And this is the first time they've even been in Texas. So people who are heading up from Houston to the show are really going to get a great experience, at least in the Stellantis displays. For our Ram, you know, Ram has that big outdoor truck display in the truck zone. And we're going to have our new Ram 1500 RHO, which is our off-road truck. This is a This basically is kind of like a TRX replacement since we're not doing the TRX anymore. It's got heightened off-road capability and a really aggressive appearance. And it's the best value for more horsepower per dollar at like $129.60 per horsepower. So it's
540 horsepower. I'm thinking I am all into that.
So yeah, more than any other off-road truck. So, and then what coincides with that vehicle is we have our RHO Thrill Ride. So that's the Ram 1500 RHO Thrill Ride. And it's literally a mini Baja course that we set up at the state fair. And we take people over these berms. You literally get air. And it's like 55,000 square feet, but that's not huge for a big truck. But what the engineers can do in that small amount of space and the number of jumps that you do in the vehicle to get air, it is a really thrilling experience.
So obviously you have actually taken a ride in this. Did you squeal like a little girl in the back seat?
Oh, you bet. It's all fun. And you're just amazed too, because there's people lined up in front of you when you're jumping over these berms. There's people waiting in line to get into the truck, and you're thinking, how can this truck stop in time before we run into these people? But the course is well designed, and it's just a thrill because you're just amazed at how fast you can go in such a short amount of time in a small space. And so, Mike, when you come to the fair on Thursday for the media day, that thrill ride is going to be open for the media from 8 o'clock until noon. And so I would encourage you to come early, come at 8, and you can actually experience it. Because the RHO hasn't even been launched yet. So
when is it scheduled to be launched?
Just later this year.
Gotcha.
Later this year.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
It's coming up soon. But this will be an opportunity for you to get in it before really anybody else has been able to ride.
Will the Dodge dealers, are they taking orders for this thing yet?
Oh, that's a great question. I am not for sure. I'd have to get back to you on that.
It's okay. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Now, you won't be able to drive it, though, Mike, because I know you're used to driving.
Well, I know, but I would
You don't want Mike Mars to drive this car.
Take an insurance policy on every spectator there.
But like you say, if you've got engineers and stuff that are going to be driving it, they're going to show me or everybody, they're going to show a lot more capability in that short amount of time than even I could try and wriggle out of it.
You're not allowed. You are not allowed to drive it. Well, I ain't riding with you anyway.
No one is.
Yeah.
I'd want to see his license.
But that's one of the really fun elements. And then for Jeep, we have got our all-new Jeep Wagoneer S, which is a beautiful luxury all-electric. It's Jeep's first all-electric vehicle offering. It's got sleek design, very aerodynamic, lots of state-of-the-art technology, 4x4 capability. It's just a beautiful BEV, and that's going to be on display too. And we're actually going to be presenting that. So, Mike, you'll get to go to that press conference on Thursday. Okay. And then indoors, we have. Oh, and one other special thing about Jeep is Jeep has a display outdoors this year. So usually it's just the trucks. All the Ram trucks are out there in that area, and now this year we've actually split that space between Jeep and Ram because it just, the Jeep brand deserves to be outdoors too, and so we'll have Jeep a really nice Jeep lineup outdoors too in that area.
The one that I'm just going to say, this is the one that I'm all goosed up about. The Dodge Charger Daytona. Yes.
That's Dodge's first all-electric vehicle. And in fact, Mike was just in the Hornet. I believe that was the RT. Was that the hybrid you were in, Mike?
It was the RT, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Dodge's first, hybrid vehicle. And now we've got our all-electric coming. But now this vehicle is just beautiful. The photography, the photos that you see don't do it justice. And so I think, you guys are gonna, well, Mike, you're gonna really enjoy seeing it in person, because then you see just it's just very well crafted. It's still, even though it's all electric, it still pays homage to the Dodge brand in beautiful ways, and it's still going to keep its throne as the world's quickest and most powerful muscle car. And that's where electric, as much as some of our Mopar fans are sad to see the Hemi go away, this is electric. Electric motors allow for some incredible levels of performance, and that's we're introducing the Dodge Charger Daytona as an all-electric first, but then we do have ICE models coming out, and we're going to use our Hurricane engine lineup for that. And I think
this electric vehicle, I understand, has 670 horsepower.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And it is just beautifully sculpted. Like, when you see it in person, it's unlike, it just does a really, really good job of paying homage to the brand and staying true to what it's all about. And even though we're moving electric, I mean, we all have to do our part. And as beautiful as that Hemi was, we pay a lot of credits on it to keep it on the road. And so we really have to, the brand, needs to start moving towards some more efficient ways of producing this power.
Now, Kimberly, I've got it, huh?
I'm going to send you pictures.
Oh, shut up.
Well, that's 670 horsepower, that's intense.
Well, yeah, to say the least, Ben. And I also understand that the Dodge boys and girls have been working on making it sound like it's got other power sources. I don't know how else to put it.
Yes. And in fact, I was going to see if I could play a video for you guys, but I don't know if the sound would come through, would it?
Well, we've never had one with sound, so we could try it if you want to play it.
I mean, if I played it, you'd have to share. I'd have to share my screen, huh?
Probably.
We don't.
Okay.
We don't.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll record it up there and send that to you too.
You can do that, or you can have Kimberly send you the video, and we can play it next week.
No, I want to send you. I want to harass you.
You know
from
what?
Up there.
Just bring it back with you.
I don't need this harassment, Mr. Mars. But anyway. All right. So Dodge Daytona, the Wagoneer S. What else?
We'll have the Fiat 500e there. And I do have one of those in the press fleet, which we need to get to both of you all, because you would be so surprised. Yes, it's a small vehicle, but once you sit in it, you don't feel like you're in a small vehicle at all. It's super fun, really well designed, just a fun car to zip around in. And for many people, that 500e, at least in Texas, is a second vehicle. Because the range, you can't drive to Dallas and Houston on one battery with it. It's meant for city living. But, it's just so fun and just really beautiful. And then Alfa Romeo will have the Tonale there. I know, Don, you just got out of the Giulia.
Oh, my God. That Giulia. I was shocked and surprised. And I was actually more shocked and surprised that you didn't call me and say, now, Don, you're going to have to tone it down in your driving habits because of all the horsepower and fun. That is one bad to the bone car. Oh, my God.
Isn't it? It's beautiful Italian designed. It's the powertrain is amazing. The way it drives, it's just.
Yeah, I was totally shocked in a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fabulous. So the Tonale is just a mini version of that, and
now you do know what I call that on this show, don't you?
No, what?
A toenail. It's spelled that way, Tonale.
Oh my gosh! No, my goodness!
Looks like you're not getting that car, Don.
Yeah. So much for that.
Don't send it to him. Send it to me.
Yeah,
exactly. Alfa Romeo Tonale.
I understand.
There you go.
I understand, and you've done a perfect job. And it's just me. I can't help it.
He just stubbed his toe and broke his toenail.
That's
Right. Oh my God, you broke your tonal.
Yeah, that's it, my tonale. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well,
And then, of course, we'll have our Chrysler Hybrid Pacifica there, which I know Mike drove recently. And it's still, we still keep winning awards as one of the best minivans on the market.
and I have to
Absolutely.
tell you that somebody asked me the other day that they were in the market for a minivan, and they were almost dead set on buying that Chrysler Pacifica. And I'm going, well, go for it. It's a great vehicle.
Why would you not?
I know. And that's stow and go thing that you've got with the seats. I mean, nothing can compare to that. It's a beautiful vehicle. If you got a family, there you go. That's the way to do it.
Right, yeah. And I mean, more and more, well, even empty nesters are using minivans nowadays. It's
It doesn't have
amazing.
the stigma or reputation that it used to have. Oh, that's a mom and pop
I
car.
hope it, I think in Texas, I think it still does. I think Texans, at least a lot of families prefer having the really big SUVs. And I don't know, you really get more storage, you get better fuel economy in the Pacifica than you would in any SUV. So it's a great,
Easier
it's a
to
great
drive.
vehicle.
It's
Yeah,
easier to-
it's a car-like ride, unlike the SUV.
Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
I really
Of course, I'm
enjoy it.
guilty because when my kids were little, I had a Pacifica, and they loved it. They thought they were the coolest kids on the block, because they had their screens in the back seat. But then the moment that they could actually climb in and out and buckle themselves up, I got a Jeep Wrangler.
Well, yeah.
Good. And by the way, speaking of that, you know that our friendship goes back now 25 years. And I was working at a television station here in town. And I will tell you this, that we have known each other. Actually, if you look at their picture right there, that's Kimberly Schultz, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, I met her when she was a baby. And look at her now. I mean, she's what,
Right,
20? She's 25.
Wow.
I was just right out of high school.
Oh, my God.
Isn't it amazing? That's what's so great about this industry is, I really have had the same job for a long time, but because the vehicles change every year and the industry changes, every year brings something new and interesting and like a new challenge to overcome, or something new that we need to educate people about, or a new design that's just incredibly relevant and beautiful. So it's been.
And then you have idiots like me that embarrass you, put a smile on your face, and do all of the crazy things that I've done all the years that you've known me.
Oh my goodness! No, you've always been so much fun. Both you and Mike have just been a joy to work with. And
Well-
I'm so glad you're coming up to Dallas, Mike, so we can see you. And then you're going to stay for rodeo.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So we're going to have our lineup at rodeo will be 3 different types of trucks: the Tungsten, the Ram 1500 Tungsten, the Ram 1500 Limited. We're going to have the Rebel there for the off-road course because the RHO isn't in the fleet yet. And then we'll have the Jeep Wrangler 392 for you to drive. And they have got a... Yeah, go ahead.
The last time I was up at that track, there was no, they were just getting started on designing the off-road, so I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, that off-road track is fantastic. It's got some really technical elements to it that are great. And then the back half of it is a Baja course. So, which is where the Wrangler 392 really, can show what it's capable of. It is a hoot to drive.
Kimberly,
and you'll have a blast.
Looking forward to
I'm just going to say, Kimberly, it's so great to talk to you. We thank you so much for joining us today. How old are the kids now, by the way?
Oh my gosh, they're in they're in college now.
Oh my God! I remember when she was pregnant with them.
I know. This is my first year as an official empty nester.
I love it.
So,
well,
yeah.
It's great to talk to you. Great to see you. Mike's going to send my love up there and give you a big hug.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you. And hopefully we will see you at this year's Houston Auto Show.
Oh, you bet. You
Okay.
bet. We'll be there.
Thanks again. Talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all. Have a great show.
You
You
too.
too. Bye-bye.
Okay, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream live the 2-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Our show continues right after this quick break. Oops. How about this quick break?
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Time now for the Cruise In and Events calendars, and Jeffrey has that.
Okay, Saturday, the 28th, next weekend, you got the Car Meet Garages and Gearheads, which is / the Woodlands Coffee and Cars. It's a regional thing. They are combining it together. It goes from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Garages of America, located at 5432 FM 1488.
It's Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday.
Okay.
And it actually, there's no fee. They've had over 300 cars last time they did it. So go out there and enjoy it. Then you've got Caffeine and Chrome at the Getaway Classic Cars of Houston. It's a reoccurring gathering for all the car enthusiasts nationwide. This event takes place the last Saturday of every month. So be out there and take a look at it. They've got prizes. You take your prized possession out there, and that's at 1910 Cypress Station in Houston. Then here's my favorite, a Groove Fest 2024. It's an award-winning festival, flashback to the good old days, celebration of the old groove things, baby. Traditionally held in Tomball Depot. It is at 201 South Elm Street in Tomball, Texas. And then, of course, you've got on Sunday of next week, you've got the weekly car meetup in Willis, Texas. And then, of course, Don's been talking all morning about the events that we're having. You've got Woody's Waterfront coming up next weekend, Space City Corvette Show on the 12th of October, the 19th, Spring Branch High School, and so on.
Got a couple headlines I want to get in before the end of the show. Mm-hmm. More than half of new vehicle buyers recently surveyed said it was important that they were introduced to someone from the dealership's service department when picking up their new car. Mm-hmm. But more than half of respondents said they didn't meet anyone the last time they bought a new vehicle, according to the Cars.com and Dealer Rater survey conducted in August for Automotive News. Many believe a sales-to-service handoff is an important factor in customer retention. Yes, it is.
Yep.
51% of those surveyed said it was very important that they meet somebody from the dealership service department. Another 14% characterized it as somewhat important. 21% said, I don't care one way or the other. I care.
I do too.
Because you're going to meet somebody in the service department, and I want to shake their hand before I go in there mad.
That's true.
Ford Motor Company encouraging road trip karaoke with a new feature on some models' infotainment system. but solo commuters can't play it unless the vehicle is parked.
Wow.
Software update for the 24 F-150 Lightning pickup truck includes a version of the Stingray, oddly enough, karaoke app that uses sensors to detect whether anyone's in the front passenger seat. If so, the passenger can scan a QR code on the screen to control the karaoke experience from a smartphone while playing songs through the vehicle's audio system. Coming to a car near you. Auto dealerships might see higher demand from consumers following the Federal Reserve's decision September 18th to cut its benchmark rate of 0.5 points. According to Edmunds, many Americans have been holding off on making vehicle purchases in hopes that prices and interest rates would come down or that incentives would make a return. The Fed on the 18th announced a new rate target of 4.75 to 5% when it comes to loans. Okay? And 25 vehicles across 3 categories have advanced to the next round of the North American Car, Truck, and Utility Vehicle of the Year Awards for 2025. We'll have to get a hold of Jack Nerad, talk about this. There are now 10 cars and 10 utilities and 5 trucks in the running for the annual awards. Almost 50% of the 25 semifinalists are electric vehicles, even though they make up only about 8% of market share. And nearly 500 Toyota dealerships are helping to support local flag football leagues as part of the automaker's new sponsorship deal with the NFL. About 40% of the company's U.S. retailers have gotten involved with NFL flag in some way during the first year of the deal. NFL Flag said more than 700,000 kids ages 4 to 17 participate in the 1,800 leagues around the country. So if you got a kid in that age group, well, that's a good one. So hopefully they won't get hurt when they're out there playing in pads.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. And Robin Behrendorf envisions a big future in the U.S. for digital automobile price tags. He believes the family's company, Digital Communication Solutions, will make that happen. The main technology centers on a digital pricing tool, a tablet placed inside the car at the windshield or side window for customers to view. 2 sizes available, so they can change the price whenever they want to. I don't think that either one of the guys were listening to that when I said that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of trying.
I'm thinking maybe perhaps that what's going to happen is that I think you got me on there right now, but we're talking to all of us.
Okay. Well, all right.
That I think what's going to happen is that the laptops, the pads, are going to get stolen out of the vehicles. Nobody's going to care about what the price of the car is.
Yeah, it's true.
I like that car. I'll buy it. How much are the monthly payments? Isn't that the way it usually goes anyway?
Exactly.
Well, I guess that the next time we see each other, it'll be down by the bay.
Down by the river.
Oh,
You bringing your white van?
I'm bringing the white van. Man,
Are you bringing the Corvette?
I think he is.
I'm going to try to bring the Corvette if it's possible to do that. The other thing is that I posted a thing on my Facebook page. Somebody had put a white van up there that says Matt Foley on the tire cover.
Yeah, I saw that.
Motivational speaker. I love it. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email, info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In-Wheel Time Fall Tour begins Saturday, September 28th at Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show. There'll be awards for Best Truck, Rat Rod, Import, Paint, Engine, Interior, and Best of Show. It happens at the Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas, where the backdrop of Galveston Bay will be one for your car scrapbook. Registration is $30 per car on site. Visitors are free 8 to 4, Saturday, September 28th. It's Woody's 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. The In-Wheel Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park at 1100 Friendswood Drive in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers will see all makes and models of the finest rides around at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, Stevenson Park in Friendswood.
Well, that's all for this week's In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, inwheeltime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like, if you would. Tell your car friends about us and share our stuff. We'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. The Love Line is open and can be reached anytime. info@inwheeltime.com. That's our email address. We like car pics, so send us some of your car with a description and any info you want to include, and we'll feature it on a future show. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find it, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We live stream the show on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. Next week, an extra bonus hour. We're going to be down there at Woody's Waterfront Car Show from 10 to 1. The In-Wheel Time video technical director is We Need More, Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, and people finder, Mike Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. We hope you'll join us next week when we'll be coming to you from the 6th Annual Waterfront Rod and Custom Car Show at Topwater Grill in San Leon, Texas. Our live broadcast runs 10 to 1 Central Time on all of our In-Wheel Time Car Talk outlets. Be safe out there. Have yourself a great weekend.